Hey guys, on a little stroll here. Not really sure where I'm at. Somewhere in Tulum. Just wanted to get out of my very luxurious paradise type place I'm staying. It's really great. It's like in the jungle. I love it. I just wanted to share something to kind of build off the video I was making earlier today. I'm just laughing because, I don't know, in a jungle it's just like a lot seems to be happening at all times. Yeah, about just like really reorienting with helping others, and how that is like the only place for me that I find fulfillment and like meaning in this life. And how when I was like really tempted to very temporarily tempted to kind of take the off ramp from this kind of work, how meaningless that got, how quickly it got meaningless and dry and kind of boring. And it's like when we're just when we're just doing things for ourselves, we can find like mastery, we can find a sense of excellence in it. There's a lot that path can offer, but ultimately it's just devoid of the deep meaning and the deep fulfillment that a path of service will offer you. And the path of service, you can still find the connection to excellence, to mastery, to these things that you can find on like the more individual pursuits. And the other thing is you just really start to feel like you're in it alone, you know? Just not feeling as much divine support. Oh, there's a butterfly. Wish I could spin the camera. And yeah, so those are things that I wanted to share. And just like even this morning, I was really looking for an inner commitment to like a certain type of routine, a self-care regimen, and just how everything transformed when I thought about it from the perspective of what will help the one the most. What is something I can do every day that actually helps the one the most, that is the highest for everyone's good? And it just brought like a lightness and a clarity to what exactly that is, like what I can do every day to help the one. I was even reading a Victor Odo little post where he's going to be speaking in front of a lot more people than he's used to, and how a lot of nerves came up about that, and how initially he was praying to his higher self for guidance about how he can do good, and then he stopped in the middle of it. He said he recognized he was making the prayer all about him, how he can be more engaging, more funny, more interesting. But he noticed a huge shift once he realized, there's like this genuine desire to serve others. And a lot of that pressure lifted, because it's like when we're really wanting to serve other people, that's when the divine can really work through us in a powerful way. I've noticed that in myself too. When it's for me, it's just, there's a dryness and an insecurity in it. And that's what Victor Odo was alluding to, like how insecure he was feeling about the speech, how nervous he was. But once he recognized like, this is for, this is service and a genuine desire to help other people, he felt like this warmth wash over him. And I guess that's what I've been going through, is really kind of going to the end of the road with yet another karmic program that's like another egoic type of agenda, just kind of like seeing through like what it actually is, and how there's actually nothing fucking there at the bottom of it. I really have no idea where I am now, but it's all good. It's a peaceful, lovely, I don't know, village is what it feels like where I'm at. I'm in La Valletta, I think it's called, of Tulum. I'm not really sure. In my own universe quite a lot. Surroundings just like happen. I don't know how to explain it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I got to go see through another one of those programs, and that's what a fall from grace really is. And falls from grace, there's so many beautiful gifts in it, and it's not actually, you're still on the divine path. It's still part of your path, you know? It's actually where a deeper surrender takes place, is when you do go kind of get taken by the ego programming. It's because something in you wants to explore anyways. Something in you wants to see, for sure, you know? Like, are we sure that we're done with that old way, that old paradigm? And I've really got to see, like, holy shit, I am done with it. And I notice when I am in service for the divine, that's where I find the most rest and the most ease. I may be working more and there'll be more energy flowing through my system, but it's just when I feel the best. And this whole thing is really all about God, you know? If it's just like if there's this yogi who made it very clear. He's like, this human experience, it's not about anything but really knowing God. And that's what following an ego program to the end does. That's what you know, a fall from grace will show you. It's like, wow, it's a really empty, meaningless, boring experience if it's not for God, you know, if it's not for the one, if it's not for something bigger than your own interests, then it really doesn't matter what you do, to be honest. It's not going to be enough. It's never going to fill that yearning we all have for the divine, that longing we all have. For me, nothing but service will fill that. And it's so nice to be like really reoriented with that in such a deep way. And that's what a fall from grace will do. It will like seriously deeply orient you more than ever to service. It really shows you the futility and an approach of like an egoic approach to life, you know. And then you just know for more certainty, like, oh yeah, this is all about knowing God as deeply as possible and surrendering to God and being a conduit for God and like really laying our life down to God. I've never had an easier time saying like, God, I lay my life down to you than I do right now. It is so easy to say that after you stubbornly refuse to for a while because you feel the fucking pain and the torture and the agony that brings on. You know, it's just like a avalanche of suffering and pain when you're refusing to lay your life down to God. And some people like me, we have strong egos, and it takes a lot of suffering and pain to break them, you know? And mine has been broken over and over and over again, and it's really clever at reasserting itself. It'll take the spiritual image, it'll take all these different shapes to remain, right? And so it's been really nice this time just to feel like, wow, knowing deeper in my bones than ever, the only path to true happiness, true fulfillment is in every moment laying your life down to God. And that's something I have to remind myself. It's not just in these videos, it's not just with clients, but in literally every moment, in every seemingly small and inconsequential interaction with another, with an animal, with earth in general, with every breath. It's a chance to surrender it all to God. You know, that's a fully embodied life, not just getting in front of a camera or when we write or when we create, but in every moment giving it to God, you know? And that is what I strive for, if there's a striving anymore. That is it, you know? Everything else is, like I said, so futile and so empty. even if you get the things you want, it's a temporary high, not lasting, not real. What did Cesare say once? It's like sand castles. The ocean just comes, it's all so impermanent. The only thing that's like permanent is that connection to God, that to your eternal self. That is what will win the day here. That is what will carry you through this life. If you don't have that, it's going to be a long, brutal struggle. And I was reminded of that. Like, fuck, life is hard when we're disconnected from our eternal self. When we are stubbornly refusing to lay our life down to God. Life gets hard. Even if life in a material sense is easy, it's still hard. It's still an inner hell. And everything's a reflection of your inner state, of course. But I was hoping I'd find a market or something. I'm really out in the jungle here, so not a lot of options in that sense. But here's a guy on a scooter. I don't know. That looks fun. Maybe I should get myself a fucking scooter. I'm just walking around, rambling on about God and all that. I hope this has been nice for you. It's felt good for me. Man, I'm feeling the jungle vibrations here. It's intense. It's just like so much down into my crown in every moment here. I don't know if I think I've had some learnings that there used to be some Mayan things going on here. Wow, this place is elegant. I don't know what's going on here with the energies, but it's intense and it's beautiful. You know, it serves to bring up a lot of your shadow here too. Typically when you're in places like a Sedona, for example, and it does have a really high loving vibration, or places with lots of nature, they're really gonna show you the darkness that's been entrenched in your being, that's been buried in your body. It's like a really cleansing and purifying thing, but it can show up in the sense of like, whoa, I'm having a lot of dark thoughts, I'm having a lot of intense feelings. It's because these energies, I'm intuiting these energies are just very powerfully healing here in Tulum. That's what it feels like to me. And so yeah, the place I'm staying, maybe I can give you a tour. Should I give you a tour? The place I'm staying at, it's like built in the jungle. So the middle of it, it's like just jungle everywhere. And so in every moment, I'm like very connected to nature. And so it's been nice. Yeah, this video is getting long. Maybe I'll do a tour in my next video. Maybe I'll make it a Patreon video or something. I don't know. If you guys want to support this a little more. Hi. Hi. I was a friendly construction guy. If you want to support this a little more, go ahead and join the Patreon channel. I'll be putting some stuff on there. I'm getting like blissed out on these energies, I'm not gonna lie. I feel very good. Yeah, I'll leave a link for a one-time donation. Anyways, just sending you guys so much love here from Tulum. Just wandering and ranting. All right, see you in the next video. Much love. Namaste.